Hello and welcome to another episode of Yeah Yourself the Podcast.
Hi. Sorry, I just got lost in my in the microphone thing.
Yeah, you're meant to use the microphone, use your mouth, and you're meant to go
Yeah,
for
I'm
it.
I'm here now. I have you there. It's all good. Camera is
Yeah?
rolling. Yeah, everything is fine. Chin
Yeah.
chin, we're starting.
Chin. We got alcoholic beverages for anyone just listening.
Yeah, but don't drink.
Don't drink and drive?
Don't drink in podcast.
Why are we not allowed to drink in podcast? Tell the people, Teresa, if you're giving people advice, you need to be backing up that advice with something really solid because you should not be talking.
It's not a responsible choice to make.
Why? Is it dangerous when you go and grab a new glass? Is it dangerous because you might say stupid stuff?
Yeah.
Tell me the danger here.
All of it, all of the above. A bus might hit you. I don't know what's happening.
You're really the most descriptive human being that has a podcast. Yeah, but you're the funny one though, so, that's what you're here for.
It's a burden that I can't cope with sometimes. It's heavy on my shoulders. That's why they're really tense all the time, you know?
Heavy wears the crown? Heavy head wears the crown?
Can I please have a crown?
Well,
That
I
just says,
have
funny
medals.
in little sparkly jewels.
That's so that's so tacky.
Yeah, I am tacky. What you want?
You'll be forever known as the tacky crown.
Tacky Teresa.
TT.
TT.
Yeah, I have medals.
I think I could make this work. Yeah, you have medals. I lived half a year in Spain. Hair flip.
Sorry, that wasn't a delay in the internet. That was just me judging. Oh, this is hilarious. Sorry, if there is a delay today, Teresa's having continual internet problems. It is a bane of her life. She goes from one house to another, and they all have the same problem.
I'm starting to think it might be me who's like disturbing the frequency somehow. You know, like the problem I have with like those electronic doors that sometimes don't open for me. And you've seen it. It's not a lie I'm telling. They sometimes just don't open for me. I have the feeling this might have also something to do with the whole internet issue. Maybe there's something about me that just disturbs the frequency. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, it could be. You need to make sure that every day you just have a little piece of your hair sticking up. And for the audio listeners, I'm pretending, yeah.
Like an antenna, like this. Is the signal now better?
Yeah. Yeah, you got the morning bed look, but yeah, we'll let it go.
But that actually fits in perfect. I did move. I'm back in my university town. It was a stressful move for everyone that was involved, except for me, because people were judging me about the amount of stuff I was trying to fit into my car.
Yeah, literally, actually, let's be honest. You came to pick me up. How did that go? Tell the people.
Well, I was trying to transport a mirror that was like 160 tall. I don't know what that is in feet, so Google it yourself for everyone who doesn't know.
It's
the
almost.
metrical
Well, I'm
system.
170, so it's probably like 5'4".
Yeah. Anyway, that had to fit in the car, and well, that actually didn't fit in the car because it wasn't very safe, was it?
No. Yeah. I said to her before, I was like, yeah, look, it'll be fine. I'll go in the front seat, no problem. And she was like, yeah, it's going to be a bit squeezy on your legs. I was like, yeah, but it's 2 hours. It's not a problem. That is unsafe. That is an unsafe fairground ride. And I don't want to risk my life on that one.
No, because like his head was like right on the top of the car, and his like knees were like up against the front bit. So if I
Broken. I don't know. Braked.
If
If
I
you'd have
would have-
braked.
then I would have definitely shattered your legs.
And then I would have been broken.
You would have been broken, huh? So we had to put you in the bag, and then you had to hold the mirror for 2 hours because otherwise the mirror would have been broken. But then for some reason, because Ashley also had some stuff that had to go into the car that went on the front seat. For some reason, he then decided to pay me back by putting a wooden box behind my neck. So if I can't brake, otherwise it would shut up my head. So
Well, deservedly so. I mean, the driver has to lose, right? Look, the thing is, this me sitting in the front thing was like I don't know, the 14-year-old Ashley Wish of being too tall for something, but it was so dangerous. I mean, we had no option there. This was beyond what I was willing to risk, and I've ridden a scooter in Bali.
Ah, so it actually came in quite handy that you're not that gigantic.
Mm. Yeah, well, yeah. Do you think
You're travel
anyone?
sized.
Some would say travel size. Yeah, thanks for that. Thank you. It's nice to have a nice podcast host, co-host.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got 2 medals, so
Maybe it's gonna be free soon. Aren't you running a
possibly.
podcast soon?
I am running a podcast. Yeah, I'm running it for the both of us. Yeah, that's correct. Running a marathon soon. Not very prepared, very unprepared. But swish the shoulders. I'll be all right.
Well, that happens sometimes. I ran a little marathon the other day. Because you are invited to a wedding, and I'm your guest, and I needed a dress for that. And since I just moved back in, my name wasn't on the doorbell yet, because I forgot to put it
Oh,
on there. And
by the
my
way,
little,
for any English listeners, you need your name on the doorbell, otherwise they won't deliver to
yeah,
or
so
where your post goes.
yes, in Germany you have your name on the letterbox and then on the doorbell too. And the post guy is supposed to ring the doorbell, and well, then he comes in. And if it's just letters, he just pops it in the post box where your name is on there. I live in a house where there's like multiple parties in there, so it's not just like the number and
Multiple
if there's
parties. What do they daily? Have they got EDM music or we got acoustic music? What type of parties are we talking about?
well, the dude upstairs used to play the violin really, really poorly, but he stopped doing it. I'm not sure if he's
Probably
like,
because he was so poor.
yeah, but he continued for a long time, and I think now he finally got given up. But now there's a baby who found his voice and is using it constantly and loudly.
And how is the voice? Is it ready to go on X Factor, or what do you think?
I would say it still needs a bit of training. It doesn't hit the
Yeah.
notes like on point. It's a bit squeaky.
Yeah, but I got to say one thing. That is a really sad story about the violin. You're making me feel a bit sad for him. Because the thing is, he probably tried for a really long time. And then he just one day, he wakes up, he looks at it and goes, today is not the day and I'm not the one.
Yeah. It's actually a bit sad because one time I was sitting here and I was listening to it, and I actually realized the song that he was trying to play was Celebrations, I think. It sounded like it.
Celebrate good time.
Yeah.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
God, I was joking. Aw, can we go and talk to him? Do you know it's a man? How do you know it's a man?
Because he once lent me his snow shovel and then it broke. Because my car was snowed in.
His life is so bad. You bring it back and go, sorry, and he goes,
No,
another thing has let me down.
No, he was like, he had the car parking space next to me, and I was trying to get out with my flatmate at the same time as he was going to work. He works at like a carer for like old and disabled people, like he drives them around. And so he has a really big car.
God, I love
and
this guy.
he's really sweet. Every time I go up there each year to say like, hey, we're having a birthday party, so it might be a bit louder, he's like, oh, that's all right. Oh, it's bad luck to wish you a happy birthday before your actual birthday, right? So I might just come downstairs tomorrow with a beer and say it then again.
Oh, that's so. Honestly, I want to meet this fellow. God, I've gone from being like, oh God, an annoying violin sound, to being like, damn, you get out in that Fifth Symphony. I need you out there. You play that stuff. You celebrate
play
good
that
times.
violin.
Yeah, you play.
Anyway, back to the dress story. So my name wasn't on the doorbell. The boyfriend of my flatmate sent her flowers. So actually the postman came up here, rang the doorbell. He was standing in front of me, gave me the parcel for her, and then left. And I was on the phone with you, and you were asking me like, when is your parcel arriving? I was like, I think on Thursday. It was Tuesday. And I checked it, and then it said, oh, your parcel couldn't be delivered because the address couldn't be found because there was no name on the doorbell. The name wasn't there on the house. And then it said like, they're gonna send it back to ACES, and there's nothing I can do about it. Once they're saying it's sending back, they're gonna do it. You can't stop it. I was like, fuck that shit. And you were like, run after him. I live in the 6th floor. and the elevator is like the longest boy in history. Like you're gonna wait forever for that elevator. So I ran down the 6 floors trying to catch him in my pajamas. Oh, I didn't find him. So I ran back up to have a look what I now can do. And you were like, yeah, just call up the post. And I was like, there's no phone number for that, blah, blah, blah. They're sending it back now. I'm never going to have address because it's not going to arrive in time.
It
What
really
are you
was
even
like this.
thinking? And then I thought, hang on. I have a car. I'm gonna find this guy. So I grabbed my car keys and I ran down the 6 floors again. I hopped into my car, drove out, and I drove around the streets. And luckily, in the second street already, I found him again. And I parked up behind him, and I was waiting there till he came back from house. And I was like, I'm so sorry, but do you have a parcel for me for that and that address? And he was like, yeah. And he looked at me and was like, don't you have flatmates? Didn't I deliver something to you? I was like, yes. Sorry
Yeah.
for that.
But I forgot to put my name on the door.
And then he told me, well, it would be really nice for the next time if you could put your name. And I was like, yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. Sorry.
And is it on the door now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to be fair, there is like this little shield in front of it, like a plastic thing to protect it, and I can't get that out, and my printer doesn't work, and so I now have just like the written formatted. But we have a janitor who's the biggest C word in the world, because when my flatmate we had like a whole
Caterpillar?
caterpillar.
No.
Yeah, he's a big caterpillar, and no, he actually looks like a rat. You know, Wormtail from
Yeah.
Harry Potter. He looks a bit like Wormtail,
Okay.
and then he's always saying like yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's really and I don't understand him because he's talking with like such a heavy South German accent. It's absolutely horrible. Anyway, he did like a doorbell thing before, and he used to scrape off my flatmate's name because it was just like taped on there with a bit of what is it called, scotch tape, and he used to like scratch it back off just to be petty.
Really?
Yeah.
And so who's meant to put that on there? Isn't that the janitor's job?
Yes, but he did it wrong 3 or 4 times, because at that time both of my flatmates had like a double last name, and
Yeah.
he always mixed them up. Always. Like all of a sudden there were only 3 names on there instead of, well, technically 5, but it's just 3 people. Then he kept asking us, who's the other person living here? You're only allowed 3 people. We're like, we are 3 people. It's just 2 of us have a double last name. And he keep fucking it up. And then
Such
we
a
printed
wild
our own
concept.
one. And
Isn't that
he's a,
is that a common thing? Because that is a common thing in England. You know, we have the higher class and stuff. I don't know why I was doing this as I was representing the higher class, but like they like to put the double barrel names together.
that is, nah, he's, my former flatmate is half Dominican Republican. So in Spanish, people have 2 last names.
Yeah, no, I know, but like what I mean is, yeah, anywho's will be. It's just a very common thing in England. I just wondered if it was
is
a common
it?
thing here in Germany too. Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Oh, I
I'd say
didn't know that is a
well,
common
I'd say not
thing.
very common. I would say like it's a certain class of people who don't want to lose their surname from, because traditionally the female has taken the male's name. So when it's a like sort of a wealthier family, traditionally they would then like marry the name together so that it would be like I don't know, Lisa Fitzpatrick Gerald. And then she would have been a Gerald originally, sort of thing.
But is the husband then also Fitzpatrick Gerald?
No, I think they just stay Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, but you can do the same thing in Germany.
Yeah,
It's
of
just
course you
like
can.
making it inconveniently long. But isn't it actually in England that you can mash them up together and make a new last name?
No, I never heard this. We've had this conversation. I never heard this before.
I've read it somewhere.
It could possibly be true. I never heard of it though. It's like a 90s dance mix track, and sometimes the tracks just don't go together. how do you put certain names together? They just wouldn't work, right?
Yeah, but I think some will work really good. Like if, I don't know, Someone's last name is something grave tomb. But some, oh no, hang on. I was trying to get
All
like a
right.
last name that was really good, like Hammer Bomb or something. But then I realized I'm not gonna get there.
No. Look, so recently, so we don't like blabber on all day. I'll tell you my intro story. The story that I gotta go.
Yeah. Sorry, I was taking up space. Yeah, you go ahead.
I just looked at the time. I was like, we've just been 20 minutes. So I thought, we can keep telling the story. If you got more to the story, you glow, gal.
Nah, do you want to tell your Budapest story?
Yeah, I'm not going to go too long, though, because this will be the third time I've tried to tell the Budapest story, and I think I'm forgetting the whole point of the story anymore. The point is, I gave my phone to a Hungarian taxi driver, and he never gave it back.
No, he gave it to someone else while you watched him.
I didn't watch him. It's just that, like, I happened to look over and I see him giving it to someone. Like, I didn't see him giving it to the person. I saw him talking to someone.
For context,
and clearly, yeah.
For context, Ash went on a stag do, and apparently his little brain cells can't comprehend the amount of alcohol that was drunken on that stag do.
Yeah, but I was drinking for 5 a.m, and we're talking about 2 a.m. by that point.
But it's amazing that you lost your phone. Oh, it was stolen from you on the very first day.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. I mean, it's not the day. The thing is, I was meant to be arranging a lot of the stuff, and I ain't arranging nothing without a phone. Because you're so reliant on your phone, you like forget that. And yeah, from that moment onwards, I was done. I just decided to have the best time possible, and then I walk away with a gigantic credit card bill. I had a really great time, though. It was fantastic. But now I have to put up with a really bad phone.
It's not a bad phone, it just doesn't have a menu, and that's annoying you. But
I find the fact that a phone does not have a menu is one of the most irritating things that you could ever
very strange. Like, it's so messy then. Like, if you have a lot of apps on there, you just have to scroll for every. It's just.
Yeah, no, well, I've folded things, but even then I just get annoyed. Yeah, and the battery doesn't last very long. It just told me that.
Oh. But it does charge super quick.
It does charge super quick.
I've never seen something charged so quick.
Yeah, we're talking a 35-minute from 5% to a... Like, this is so boring. Anyway, the thing is... This podcast is difficult. It's difficult, but we're going to do it because we're great. And today is the day.
Okay, so let's talk about the thing what we're here to talk about. It's called Material Girl, why we buy stuff, why we want to buy stuff.
Whoa, Material Girl. Oh, no, Mysterious Girl. You don't know this song?
There was the Material Girl.
Is there a song called Material Girl?
Yeah, for Madonna.
How does it go? Come on.
I am a material girl.
No, we want more than that.
No,
we need more than that.
I can't do more than that.
I am a material girl. Is that how it goes?
I don't know. I don't have it in my head right now. I just watched Bridgerton the other day where they have an acoustic version of it, and then I thought, I actually am. I like buying stuff. And then I thought, let's tell Ash. But I never listened to them.
Let's tell Ashley that I like to buy stuff.
Ashley,
Well
I have
done.
some news. I like to spend money.
When I have money in the bank account, it's no longer there. And why is that,
goes
Teresa?
somewhere.
I spend it. Yeah, I don't know why I turned Italian.
I put it back into the economic system.
Yeah, you're doing a service.
I'm
in
doing a
fact.
service for the world.
Yeah. You are a material girl. Would you say you are one? And could you tell us briefly what is one? What do we mean, actually? Because I guess we all know what the physical words material and girl mean, but...
No, I was just kind of wanting to hope to speak to you about why do we feel like buying stuff will make us feel happier. Like the other day when I was shopping
It
for that
does.
dress.
Don't tell me it doesn't. I always feel good at the end of it.
No, the thing is, when I bought those dresses for the wedding, I had to stop myself from going crazy and ordering lots of other clothes that I don't need because I have a clothing rack that is falling apart because it can't handle the pressure of holding all the stuff that is on there. So I don't need more clothes. But I look at this stuff and I think like, if I have this, I'm gonna look so good and then I'm gonna feel so good. So I have to have it. And just got a notification that Zoom is gonna stop giving us our call in 10 minutes. That's cool. Anyway, so, and then, but that's not true, because when those things arrive here, half of them don't fit, and then it makes me angry, and then it makes me angry that I look at my bank account and it's not looking good on there because I like to live a lifestyle I can't afford. And sometimes, like, my whole brain goes crazy, and it's like, because usually I'm good, quite, kind of good with saving, but once so often, my brain goes absolutely carnage, and I'm like buying shit I don't need. I don't need to buy jewelry. Why does it make me happy if I have it? Like, and then I watch some shit like Selling Sunset or something, and rich people's homes so fucking empty. I'm like, no, I want to fill it up with stuff. So
Yeah,
in the
but
end,
real rich.
yeah, I think in
Yeah.
the end, stuff makes me happy, and I don't know why.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to find out. Does it make you happy? Because it makes me quite happy. But I don't feel necessarily. Yeah. I don't know what. No, I don't know about that. I have a very expensive camera that I'm using right now. And I don't think about the fact that it makes me happy all the time. But it is an avenue for me to make money, though. So, and that does make me happy. Um. Yeah, it's so weird. Why do you think that you just like suddenly randomly like go on a big spending spree?
I
Why
don't
is it
know.
like why is it like 3 weeks are really good and then like a day is really bad and then you do another 4 weeks really good?
Yeah, but it's most times like days where I feel bad, and then I want to fill up this sadness with stuff. And then I feel like, oh, a new necklace is gonna fill the void inside of me. That was dramatic, but you know what I mean. And you know how happy I get when a parcel arrives here? I'm so happy. I get jealous when my flatmates have parcels. I'm like, why don't I have parcels with stuff?
Yeah,
Like, isn't
yeah,
that sad? But
yeah,
I also think
maybe.
like it's a bit of like a status thing, because if I had the money, I would buy stuff, but I would buy like good stuff. Like, okay, for weeks I've been seeing this Dyson Airwrap thing, and I wanna have the Dyson Airwrap. I have a similar thing. I have like a hot air. It's in the end just a hot air, like round. It dries your hair, but like in a round way. It's like a brush that dries it in a round way. So it's nothing that super special. It's probably not even gonna be good for my hair because it's too long and too straight. But I want it because it's from Dyson. It's cost 500 euros. If I had the money, I would be like, yeah, no worries. I buy the good stuff. I have a Dyson, of course. I'm not cheap. You know,
Yeah, do you think
buy cheap, buy twice. No, I have the money to buy the good stuff, and I like to. I would be probably one of those wannabe rich people. You know, you see with the Camp David shirt, they just have to display that they have money, because real rich people don't do that. But I feel like if I had a tad too much money, I might end up as one of them. Who knows? Because I'm not in that tax category.
I think there's a difference between real rich and rapper rich. And so rapper rich in my mind is people like you and me who just buy stuff to look fancy. And then the real rich are the people who don't actually spend any money at all. And I think that it's
Yeah, like
I find it very difficult to like balance my way through the world because like I was taught something by a friend of mine at college years ago, not university college, by the way, just the English basic one, you know, just finishing my schooling. Um, Anyway, he told me that rich people don't buy expensive stuff. What they do is they buy something nice one time and then they run it to the ground. Like they buy a car from 1995 and then make sure that it dies with them instead of going, they'll buy a nice one. It won't be like bad, but they'll keep it for a long time. Um, they'll buy a nice house because house retains value, and then clothes, it doesn't have to be Gucci or these like mediocre brands. It just needs to be good quality.
no, I know that, and I know that real rich people, they don't have to display all the brands, but you walk past them and you know that bag is a lot more worth than probably my entire life at the moment. But it doesn't say it on the thing. It doesn't like has Louis Vuitton or written over it, but you just know.
No.
Also, they smell really good, and I've seen a couple of really rich people at the
Wait,
airport.
sorry,
And
what?
yeah, they had this
They
like
smell really good. Now, what
yeah,
are you talking
because
about?
they were not
Is
in
this
a
like a
hurry.
new
and-
book?
No, the thing is, they were not in a hurry, and they came out of the first class lounge thing where they had a shower and everything. And me being smelly, haven't showered for 2 days because it was a very long haul flight. And they walk in this like very slow way, of course, because they have financial security. If every breath you take is $500,000, I would walk very slowly too because I don't have a flight to catch. But that's not the point. And then you have those Camp David people next to them who are like, yeah, look at me, I have a Camp David shirt, which is super ugly. Like it's nothing worth it. It's not like, Mark Zuckerberg always has the same blue T-shirt on.
Yeah. Well, am I Mark?
I think so. You might be Mark. Are you Mark?
I could be a Mark. I'm very basic.
Well, I don't know where I was going with this, but I think
You were talking about the smell. You were talking about the smell.
No, that was not the point I was going with. The point I was going with is the welfare rich people, I can't speak for them, but the Camp David people, I think buying stuff for them makes them happy in a way they can display that they have money to burn. For me, buying stuff makes me happy because, well, it's some type of luxury for me. Because, let's be honest, I'm a student. I don't have loads of money to buy a Camp David shirt or something. Even if I would want to, I find them so disgusting. But so buying stuff for me is a luxury, and I like to do it. I like to treat myself. I get so happy when I put stuff in the basket and I can actually go to checkout. Sometimes I just put loads of stuff in there, and then I look at the price and I'm like, yeah, cute, and then I close the top. But sometimes I'm like, yes,
Wait,
I can buy something.
You close it by
today.
pressing the pay button, or you close it by closing it?
Closing it, put a little X, say no.
Oh.
Thank you, next. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's there the next time you go back on. Usually with Amazon, they do that.
No, but
You're
when
like, okay.
occasionally when I can buy something, you don't know how happy that makes me.
No. Yes,
then
you
the-
are a material girl.
And then the passerby, I'm like, yes. Yes. But with all the stuff like it fades off after a couple times wearing it. It doesn't make me that happy anymore.
No. Yeah, because you're feeding a habit that it's a bad habit to be feeding repeatedly. Because
not,
it's all,
it's not
because you always have to feed it, right?
Nah, not always. It's not like I'm like a big online shopper who has to shop every week and who has the Asus and the H&M app and Zalando app and whatever app there is to have on my thing. No, I don't actually have an app. So, no, I don't spend that much time there. But I don't know, every 2 or 3 months when I buy something, it makes me so happy, you wouldn't believe. Yeah, we had a little break though.
Wait, I don't know what just happened there. I thought you were going to come back with a little, hello, people, we've had a little break.
Yeah,
This is Jay Zelda podcast.
I thought you wanted to say that. Yeah, we had a little break, camera stuff, technical stuff. I think in 11 minutes we actually have to do another break because I'm looking at my camera, it's not looking good. Anyway, going back to the whole point is wrapping it up a little bit on my side. I think buying stuff makes me happy because it's a luxury for me. It's not like I'm trying to showcase something off, like, oh, look at me, I'm driving a Porsche. Or like those guys in close by house, that shisha bar, those guy with the leased Lamborghini.
Is it leased, though? I'm not sure if it's leased, but yeah, he is still an arsehole. Because he parks in, non-parking spots, and that shit fucks with me. Because that's a real, rich... That's a real rapper rich
yeah.
kind of dickhead move. Yeah, but it's stupid because it's like, bro, go and find a parking space like every other motherfucker. And your Lambo, man, that Lambo it's relatively nice.
I don't know, it's kind
but
of
it would
ugly.
be nice. Yeah, look.
But it would be nicer if
I
you would
don't know.
actually park it in a parking space, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that, but the lottery people are just above. So I'm going to just assume it's the lottery manager.
Nah, it's 2 guys in their mid-20s. I saw them. They
Yeah.
were driving in front of
Yeah,
me.
I don't like that though. The thing is, if I bought a Tesla, because I'm considering buying a Tesla with all the money that I have, does that make me material girl?
Um,
I think I'm saving the environment, motherfuckers.
no, I think that's the difference. Like, your good sense of material girl. You're not trying to fill a void. I'm trying to fill a bit of void because I like to buy stuff on a day where I feel a bit blue, maybe. And I generally like get happy when I get stuff, but it's not like big stuff. It's like buying a new ring or something makes me so happy. But you buying a Tesla or something that is actually investment also makes you happy, but it's not like Camp David, Lamborghini guy, people who just have to like showcase of. I don't know if like the stuff they own, it actually makes them happy because they constantly need to buy shit. It's not like they're only gonna go shopping every 3 months. Like I buy a new ring every 3 months. No, they constantly have to buy
Yeah.
something because they're filling up a void in their life.
Yeah, but that's the part of it that I find very difficult because I'm like, I talk about my friend from college a lot, and he really like it always sticks in my head. He says, buy more expensive stuff, good quality, and then you don't have to buy it again. Buy cheap, buy twice, and I still buy cheap now because the thing is, I'm less financially stable than I was back then, which is a bad thing, but. That comes from the fact that, like, last year I was filling a void by trying to find a new job. So I invested in a lot of equipment for that job that is now financially just ruined me for a long time. But it does make me happy. That kind of financial ruin has made me happy along the way because I've learned how to make videos and I've done things like that. So I don't think it's a bad thing to spend money and like try to invest in yourself. And if that means buying clothes, like I also am a very big believer, hugely, that when you look good, you feel good.
Totally.
And so there's nothing wrong with buying clothes unless it's obsessive.
Yeah.
If it,
Yeah.
if you have 5 pairs of jeans, you don't really need to buy any more jeans. You buy a boot cut, you buy like skinny, you buy super skinny, and then you buy, straight leg or whatever. I don't know enough about jeans, but I just listed them off like crazy. So apparently I know loads about jeans. But you buy those types, couple of different colors, and then you can mix it with stuff. And, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. But you don't need to every week then go, oh, but that boot cut's not going to fit with that shirt. So, because then that's toxic, I think.
It is. It is. I actually have friends who buy clothes like that. They have clothes that still have the price tag on them, and they had those clothes for like 3 years or something. We're thinking like, well, you didn't really need it. Buy the clothes you need.
Name names?
Nah, I can't drop names. Buy the clothes you need. Go
Name names?
ahead. Spend the money on stuff that makes you happy, but don't just buy for the sake of buying. Like that's
No.
stupid, and that's actually it's not good for the environment. The textile like the clothing companies, it's like the biggest waste factor. So buy the stuff you need, buy the stuff that makes you happy, but don't just toss them away. Wear them either till they're broken or give them away to some friends or something. But don't just buy
Yeah.
the fifth. I have a friend who she sorted out her closet, and halfway through she didn't want to do it anymore. Her boyfriend then did it for her, and in the end he came to her and he was like, "So I did it for you. You have 12 different jeans skirts. 5 of them still have the price tag on. Like that's not necessary."
Yeah, well, that's awful. Yeah, that's awful. Do you believe, like, I watched a video, like, a while ago, and do you believe that, so, like, yeah, the video was about minimalism,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and there was, and the theory is, like, you put everything you own, everything in your life, that goes from your really expensive camera, your laptop, your bedding, your pillows, all the way down to pencils and your mouse mat, to glasses, to sellotape, and basically everything, literally everything. And then what you have to do is I think it's over a month is like the actual test. But the video I watched is a guy, he did it over 6 months or 9 months, I can't remember, because he was like, no, I need a little bit more time. And then so basically he took out the things each time. If he needed it, he took it out, and it was okay to take it out. There's nothing wrong with that. And then in the end, by the end of the 6 or 9 months, whatever it was, he took out his items and he went down, and it was something like 900 and 20 items or something. He ended up having only 310 at the end. So that's everything. We're talking pencils. We're talking, and we're just like, and then the clothing was one of those things where he's like, well, I only really need every day when I'm at home, I only really need 2 t-shirts, right? Because you can go put them in the wash. I mean, look, that for me is a bit extreme. But in reality, how many t-shirts do you wear in a week at home? Like, and not to put out how disgusting you are, right? Like, not you. I mean, like, people. But in reality, I would say, personally me, 2 or 3 a week. Yeah, like, I'm just offending at all times today, aren't I? I think, 2 or 3, like, for home, not for work, not for anything else I do. At home, I probably have 2 or 3 t-shirts per week that I wear, because I wear one t-shirt twice in a row, and then I put it in my wash. It goes in the wash. It's not like I go and fold that t-shirt at the end of the 2 days and go put it in the drawer again. But like, yeah, do you understand what I'm saying here? And like, so in reality, you use a lot less than what your wardrobe has or what your even drawers have. I mean, God, like most people don't need 3 shades of blue for their marker pens. Maybe you, because you'd love to decorate your books. But that's nothing wrong with that because you use it, right?
I'm so sorry. I'm going to show you something real quick. And for the guys on our YouTube. About pens.
Yeah. Sorry for audio listeners.
So this is a box. It's like an old perfume box. It's like the size of a normal sheet of paper. I have 2 of those here in Passau and 3 more at my mom's house. No one needs that amount of pens. No one. I don't.
No.
Why? Ooh. It's falling all out. Why?
Yeah, but what I would say is you could use the ones that you have, right? So like,
Jesus.
You're right. You don't need that many, but you might use 3 shades of blue. And if you take it out that box, the box theory, if you take it out that box, who cares? You can take out whatever you want in that box. And so if you want 3 shades of blue or 10 shades of purple, absolutely fine. But in reality, if you look at that box of pens, how many of those have you even used since you bought them? Maybe once each. Maybe.
To be fair, a lot of them I don't even remember buying. The ones I do remember buying, I use frequently for like bullet journaling. But I did a similar thing with my closet recently because, well, I was spending a lot of time at my mom's house where I have my old closet. Couple years ago, when my brother moved out for university, I annexed his closet too. So I have 2 closets there and my clothing rack here. And he was like, to be fair, it can't go on like this. You live 4 hours away. Why do you still have my closet here, even when I'm more often at home? Because he still has a big groups of friends there. And we're not the point. The point is, I annexed it like colonialism, basically. He was gone, and the second he gone, I put all my stuff in there. I was like, this is mine now.
Look, you're an honorary Brit. Queen Victoria would have taken you in any day.
This is mine now. I'll put my stuff in. What you gonna do about it?
To be fair, Queen Victoria probably would have stolen that wardrobe too.
She would have.
Yeah.
So the point is, in January I had this like moment of I gotta change everything in my life. So I did this thing of like, okay, I'm gonna start with decluttering, and so all the clothes, but it was a bit stupid because I thought like I did it in a time where I was not going anywhere, so I didn't like really actually knew what clothes I'm gonna actually be wearing outside. But I took everything outside, put it on my bed, had a mental breakdown, took the stuff out that I knew I haven't worn in years, and now like stuff I was unsure about, I took it with me to Passau, and it's like when it comes out, when I wear it, and like then I put it back from the laundry out, it gets put on differently on the clothing rack, and then at the end of this year, everything that is still turned the same way on this clothing rack is gonna be going. Because that clothing rack is gonna have a mental breakdown. Can't do it.
Yeah, to be fair, the amount of stress that thing is under is that's worse than a bachelor thesis.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the plan. Because I told you guys a couple of episodes ago, I'm trying to be more fashionable this year. So like there's 2 things going hand in hand, I would guess. Also, you remember in our episode we have to do a break.
Okay. Second break in an episode. How does that feel? Do you feel fresher? Do you feel fresher? I feel fresher.
You feel fresher, that's good.
You don't feel
A little
fresher,
pit
otherwise
stop-
you would have said so.
Little pit stop, put some new tires on you.
That is a sign that you've been watching too much F1 Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
anyway, I think your clothes hanger needs a pit stop, and
Oh, that needs a full-on new renovation. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing now. And remember in our first podcast this year when we did our not proposals, what prepositions
explain it, because I have no idea what even happened in the first quarter of the year.
in the first quarter of the year where we set our plans for this year.
Oh,
Like
and how
a
did that go?
Yeah, what is the word for it?
Resolutions.
Resolutions.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
sorry, I need to go back to that episode, because didn't we say that we had to hold you accountable for something?
Yeah, we said on Easter we're gonna review it. Easter was the time you were in Budapest on the stag do, and I actually reviewed them. I don't know whether my resolutions have gone because I lost the notebook where they're in. So who the hell knows what my resolutions? Haven't done any of them. I did start to read a book. I went through like 100
you did
pages,
quite
then I started
well.
a new.
Yeah, you did quite well.
With the book, yeah, I did like a couple days where I really read, but then I forgot the book at my mom's house. So then I started reading a new one now, but I haven't done anything yet about it yet. And the other things of it, haven't done any of my resolutions.
Not as well as you're
anyone
doing on
had-
Fishdom, which is a mobile phone game. The lady went from 0 level to 2,500 or something stupid like that. Honestly,
It's so
when I saw
insane.
that the other day, I thought,
Oh.
what is going on in your brain to play that many levels of a fish game?
Nothing good. It's like it's like a bit like Candy Crush. It's not. I don't know. It just sucked me in, and
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Now
I'm
you need to
sad.
go buy some stuff then.
Okay, let's buy some stuff.
Um,
You're gonna be laughing, but I already have some stuff in various different little shopping carts that I'm
Okay.
gonna buy once my first paycheck comes in next
Okay.
month.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. But actually, one thing, we're going to wrap up at some point, aren't we? That's usually what happens. At some point, you have to wrap up. What I would like to say is, so with this whole incident in Budapest, right? I did end up going with so I had a Samsung, and I also went with the flagship Samsung phone of last year, of 2021, Samsung
It was a
Galaxy.
beautiful phone.
Yeah, S21
4K camera,
Ultra.
everything you want in life.
Yeah, 8K camera. I mean, it was epic, and I don't want to really talk about the fact that I lost it, and I didn't lose it. I gave it away.
Yeah, you didn't lose it. It got stolen from you. Yeah, let's put that in perspective. Because when my phone got stolen, I hated when people said, "Oh yeah, because since you lost your phone," I was like, I didn't lose it. Someone took it out of my pocket and sold it.
Yeah, yours is worse. I gave mine away.
You're like, yeah, take it. Take
yeah.
it. And you get a phone. And you get a phone.
Yeah, that's what they were doing in Egypt as they turned the phone back on. Yeah, so I went with a second-rate brand. I didn't go with Samsung. I went with Xiaomi. Saying it out loud annoys me. It's not the fact that it's a Chinese brand, because I do buy Chinese products, like every single human being in the world. It's not the fact. But actually, I'm sorry, it isn't as good as my Samsung. And the guy in the shop goes, he just wanted to sell me something, obviously. But he said, this is the flagship phone of the thing. No, it's tiny. It is for midget people. And I'm a midget, for fuck's sake. So that is not acceptable to start with. Sorry.
You can't use that kind of language in a podcast.
I've got so much anger, like, that there's trouble coming out my mouth. Because honestly, he sold this phone to me that it was going to be better. It was going to be better than my S21 Ultra.
Better.
And I thought, sorry, bro. Like, and I go, this is great, cool, I'll do it. I paid a one-time cost of 120 or something stupid, not fun. I now have 2 contracts with Vodafone. That's called selber schuld in German. It means it's your own fucking fault, basically. Um, yeah, and now I have Xiaomi. I would happily pay for the flagship phone of Samsung again after this. So I do think buying quality is better. So spending a little bit more money is okay. Sorry, that whole thing is basically wrapped up in what I just want to say now. Buying something a better price is better. And just because people say Apple and Samsung are not as, they are, there are other phones that are just as good. No, there isn't. And that is why, this is the thing, that is why they are the best phones. Yes, they are expensive. They have a higher price, which is probably way too expensive compared to other phones. Like, they put an extra 200 on top. Yes, that is bad of them to do that because the phone isn't worth that price. The total cost of my phone contract and my phone was 1,400 or something. However, it was a better phone than the one that I have currently right now. And so I don't want people to turn around and keep saying, yeah, but it's okay to just buy the cheaper thing. No, it isn't. It's never okay to just buy the cheaper thing. Sorry. Rant is over.
Yeah, but I do understand that because I was raised in that belief. Like, you buy something good and then you use it till it falls apart. And if you buy
Yeah.
something really good, it doesn't fall apart. Like, a couple weeks ago, I baked something with my grandma and her old mixer. She bought that like 40 years ago, and that was the time it broke. So she spent a lot of old currency on that, and
Yeah.
then it broke. And you know what? She said, ah, you think I can go and let someone fix that, or do I have to buy a new one?
Yeah, that's such an old school vibe. Like that
That's an
actually
old people thing to say, isn't
that
it?
yeah, that sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that's very relevant to what you're saying. Is this a young person's culture then that they have to keep buying new stuff? And is it Instagram and social
Yeah.
media that's doing that to us? So you don't think any generations before were doing this?
No, because I think they had more like, at least I know it
Had more
from my.
knowledge. They were
No,
smarter.
no, but there wasn't like this amount of like product variety where you can buy everything to a cheap price at the time when you want it. So you had to save up for it, and then you would take good care of it. Nowadays, you go on Shein site or some, sorry, what is it called now? Shein, Shine,
Yeah,
whatever,
something like this.
and you buy like 60 different clothing items for, I don't know, 70 euros. They break within a couple weeks and they make you sweat as hell because they're polyester. But they're trendy clothes. It's all good for people with low income. I totally understand that. No dig against you. It's good that cool, trendy clothes are accessible to everyone. But then
But it
you
is
have
better to
all this
save up.
like
Yeah.
people who buy its clothes to just wear them once and then
Yeah.
never again.
No. What I would say is good to have a catalog of clothes. So, if you are from someone without money, and I would consider myself that person, it's good to have 10 t-shirts so that you can use them, buy them cheap, and use them that way with these brands because in the end, you need to have clothes. You don't want to always be wearing your expensive clothes, for sure. But what you need to do is build on top of that. And you buy the expensive stuff on top so that when you go out for a nice meal, you're not having to wear your €4 clothes t-shirt because sorry, it isn't that good. It's as simple as that. It may look good, but it's not that good. The shape is never good. And when you go and buy the quality, it is better. But the important thing to say there is that you need a catalog of stuff because and that's the thing. And then you save for things. It is true. I am a big believer. Look good and feel good. It doesn't mean you have to be someone who has loads of money. And unfortunately, there are many people without enough money. And there's many people who... Yeah, there's just many people who don't have enough money. So I'm
Yeah,
not
but the
saying
people
that it's
without
accessible.
money, that's not like the people who just buy stuff for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, which is material girl. Anyway, which is
Yeah.
the subject we're talking about today. Sorry. The guy in Luxembourg is not going to be happy with this episode, is he?
Nah, he's gonna be like, ah, you little fucktards.
Thank you, Derek. I'm gonna call him Derek.
Okay, call him Derek.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still here. Like,
After all this
after he
time.
left us. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, he did leave us. He never listened again, I'm sure.
Oh.
Yeah. So
How could you, Derek?
yeah.
How could you? We're
So
trying our best here.
Do you have a lot more to talk about with the Material Girl stuff? Because
Let me check my notes. So no, not really.
can I just
Well,
say one thing? Anyone who listens to this podcast, right? Sometimes they think that, well, because they know that we're doing this by Zoom and over the internet, some people think there's a delay. Sometimes my brain just takes a really long time. There actually isn't a delay. And then I laugh like 3 seconds later. And in my head, I'm going, damn, these people think we have a really bad internet delay. Actually, it's just my brain that has a delay. And I couldn't, put 2 and 2 together. So just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, because that is actually true. Because sometimes when I talk with you in like real life, you have that. There's
See
like
the cogs
3
going,
seconds of
yeah.
You can see how like Ash's brain is working, and then it comes out like, ha 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 ha. It's a little bit like that. Have you watched Zoomania, where they tell us a joke to a sloth at like some public office, and then there's like silence, and then the sloth goes, ha ha.
I haven't seen that.
Ha.
I ain't seen
That's
it.
you.
Yeah, my brain's like this. All right, well, look, do you want to wrap this up and tell a conclusion then? Because we have another game to play afterwards. It's going to be a smaller version of the bigger version. But
I was still going to do that today.
we're going to just do... I have 2 questions to ask you, and I want to know your answer.
Okay, then let's just go with conclusions. People, if buying stuff makes you happy, go for it. But don't buy it unnecessarily to fill a void in your heart. Stuff is not gonna fill that. It's just gonna empty your bank account, and then there's a new void to fill
Buy a Tesla.
on your bank account. Don't live a lifestyle your bank account can't support.
Buy a Tesla. Because American made is always better. No, I'm joking. It's not made in America in Germany, though, is it? Tesla's made over here as well, isn't it? Is it?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. No one buys American cars anyway, except for Tesla. And he's South African, so what does that mean?
Is he?
Yeah, he's actually
His
South
mom
African.
is a supermodel, did you know? Like, oh my god, no, really. If you have some time, look up his mom, because she amazing woman. Like, she raised a couple of kids by her own while graduating multiple majors in universities. She's a supermodel now at the age of 75 or something, and she's amazing. Like, she left her violent husband in South Africa, went to the US with her kids, and while raising them, graduated multiple courses of, like, she has I think a bachelor in some sort of science or something.
Well, I didn't
She's
know
quite
that, but
cool.
that's fantastic.
Oh, look her up.
Yeah, I'll look
Don't
her
know
up.
what her name is.
No. Something Musk.
Faye, I think, or something.
Okay,
No.
we'll look them up. All right, well, that was a good topic. Would you like to go into a couple of hypothetical questions? These things will never happen.
Okay.
Are you scared?
Scared.
Yeah,
Scared. Should I be
you-
scared?
You answer my own question.
Should I be scared?
So, there is a snail.
Yes.
There is a
Okay.
snail.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I will give you today 10 million euros. But
I have to step on the snail. No.
no. Sorry, that would be easy. I'm really sorry. That is not a hypothetical question. I'm stepping.
There were
on the
so many
snail.
boys in my elementary school who stepped on the snail's house just to be annoying.
Yeah,
I thought
that
always,
is
oh, the
that's
person-
an
I
arsehole
cried a
move.
lot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can imagine. That is an arsehole move. But this snail is a very special snail. So
What can the snail do?
you get given 10 million euros, dollars, whichever currency. Let's go with euros because that's better than dollars right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But this snail, if it ever touches you, you die instantly.
Is there just one of those snails?
It's just one snail, and it moves at a snail pace. But the difference is that snail is always looking for you. It knows where you are, and it will always be looking. It is immortal.
Is it a snail hitman?
Yeah.
It's a snail hitman.
It is a snail hitman, for fuck's sake. I mean, that motherfucker, it knows.
He has a job and he's determined to finish it.
He sits there in his brain. My Teresa senses are tingling. And
With his like 2 eyes, like,
yeah.
where is she?
Yeah. But so that snail is like it's like intelligent. It can't move faster. The snail physically can't move faster than a snail. However, it is immortal. You are also immortal. So why
am I immortal? I don't want to be immortal.
Well, this is the question. This is where it starts getting like even funkier, right? So then you have to realize, okay, so the snail could go underwater. It could also get on a plane. This thing is looking for you, but it will only move at a snail's pace.
Sorry, I was just imagining a snail with like 2 suitcases, checking it and going on the airplane.
Oh, he's got to take his stuff with him. It doesn't fit in his
tomato
house.
Juice.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in his house.
Does he pay extra airfare for the house? Is the question.
No.
Now, I'm gonna take the money. And the snail.
Yeah, but imagine. Yes. Yeah, but you never know which snail this is. You don't know what he looks like.
I can just ask.
There are many snails out there in the world.
Sorry, why can't I just ask someone to put that specific snail into a box?
No, that is not allowed. That is against the rules. It's not physically possible. We're living in a different world here, where that snail is not allowed to be put into a box. The snail has to have free movement at all times. So obviously, when it's in a plane, though, I just got to say, when it's in a plane, it doesn't just escape the plane. It has to stay inside the plane, but it can't have a box over it that when the plane stops, it can't carry on. Does that make sense? So it will always find a way out of your trapping.
So the snail is always on the move.
The snail is always on that goddamn move. I mean, honestly, isn't it such a weird thing? Because imagine you get to 10,000 years and you're like, where the fuck is the snail? Because you're just ready to die. You're ready to go.
Where is that goddamn snail?
Yeah, and sorry, I'm gonna say I ripped this from the Happy Hour podcast because honestly, like I couldn't.
Check out to you mates.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Check out, shout out.
Check out to them. Sorry, I've had too many vodka lemons right now, but
no, I would take the money and the snail. Yes, because I could really use 10 million euros right now. But wait, hang on. Nothing can kill the snail or me.
No, you're both immortal.
So,
and the only thing.
Yeah. So when I want to die, I have to wait for that goddamn snail to show up.
For sure. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do to prevent the snail moving towards you. You can't go and find people to keep kicking it off its track. You can't do anything to the snail to stop it finding you. But you can go to the Antarctica. But the snail will always find a way to get to you. If it has to go underwater, it will always find the fastest way too. So if it has to go underwater because there's no access to where you are, it will go underwater.
Little snail with like a diver helmet on it.
This is quite good though, isn't it? It's like it's such a great question because the thing is, if you get to 10,000 years, you're like, fuck, I'm ready to go. Where the fuck is that snail? You gotta wait for it.
I don't think you would make it to 10,000 years because that snail seems very determined.
Yeah. So you're taking the money.
Yeah, but like I'm not gonna wait that long for that snail. Like when I'm not gonna live over 100.
Oh, really?
And I'm just gonna wait for the snail. I don't want to live that long. You know how sad it is to be immortal? Yeah. All your friends keep dying and getting older.
I'm taking the money though. That's
you would also take the money?
I'm taking the money. And I'll live longer than the 100 years. I'll live. I'd like to think I'd live 1,000. I'll be happy with that. I'm cool with that because it's not that like you get to a certain age, right, and then you stay the same age. You don't just keep continuing to get old. You're like, let's say you get to 35 and then you're done.
No more wrinkles. Yes.
Well, no, you still get the wrinkles of 35. So if you're a 12-year-old wrinkled motherfucker, like then you're gonna suffer at 35, obviously. But I'm taking the monies. You also have 10 mil though.
Oh. I'll take the money.
Yeah?
No.
All right.
Can that snail write?
What do you mean ride?
Can it write? Because that would make an amazing book if the snail and me can write together a book of how I
no,
go somewhere and
right.
write it from my
Sorry.
perspective.
I thought you said
and then
ride.
The,
I
the
was like,
snail
no.
writes their perspective of how they're trying to find me. It will make an amazing book.
This is
We
a
could
kid's
get
book
a
in
book
the
that.
This is a kid's
No,
book
no,
in the
it's
making.
gonna be a thriller, and we're gonna have a book deal together, and then we're gonna make it into a movie. There's gonna be a Netflix series spin-off, merchandise. This snail and me, we're going
Okay.
places.
I look forward to this coming out. It will be by Teresa Link. We're going to get the website set up, and the book release will be in 2024 March.
March, okay.
Yeah, we're going to go with a March release because it's just before the summer where people want to read on their summer holidays.
True.
All right, I have one more question for you. Okay, you have 100
Okay.
balls in a bag. You can't see inside the bag, but you have to put your hand inside the bag, and there is no way of seeing it until it is pulled out by you in your hand. You have to take out one ball at a time. Okay?
Yeah.
99 of these balls are blue, and each one of those blue balls represents €1,000,000. But one of the balls is red, and you get terminal cancer.
Oh my, you know what? With my luck, that would be the first ball I'm taking out.
Yeah, well,
No.
the podcast, Jack May, Happy Hour, who I stole this from, he also said the same thing as you did. You're basically the same people.
I know it. With my luck, that would be the first ball I'm taking out.
So, yeah, but you could effectively have 99 million.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
How
is
many
it?
balls are you taking?
3.
Are you? Oh, this is
Yeah.
such the average. Every person so far has said 3 to 5, except for a couple who said, I'm not taking any. What is it about 3 to 5? So you're statistically just about as likely in the 1 to 100 to get cancer anyway. Like, you're less likely than that, sorry. So your chances of getting cancer in the real world is less likely than the... You know what I'm saying?
I think I do, but you got very lost there.
Yeah, I got so
Very
lost.
lost,
I got
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, the point is, okay, you have a 1 in 100 chance.
The thing is, I kind of would like to say that I'm not taking out any ball because I know my luck. At the same time, I don't know if I could just like walk away from like the chance of 1 million. So I think I'll take it out at least one ball, and if that's not the cancer one, then I think I like my gambling instinct is gonna be triggered, and I take out
The non-gambler says that the gambling instincts will kick in.
then take out 3, and then I hope that I can walk away. If not, I take out a 4th one, and that's gonna be the terminal cancer. But hey, at least then I still have the 3 mil.
I love this. All right, well, yeah.
What would you take? What would you do?
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about this question for so long, but I'm not even sure what I would do. The thing is, I'm so scared of dying. I'm so scared. But I think I'd take 5. Because the thing is, it is... I don't know. I think the thing is, I think you've got to get it over and done with quicker, because I think the anxiety of pulling one out would kill me anyway. So I might as well just like... I think like 2...
Heart attack from that?
I think I'm like a 3. I think I'm a 3. And if I'm feeling good on the day, like some days I feel really confident about myself and I feel great. You know, usually, I don't know. Usually days where I've been running and I've had a good day. So it depends on the day. If I've had a bad day where I stepped on so many one singular trains, then
Yeah, then maybe not.
yeah. Oh, look, sorry. This question's so hypothetical. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. But I just find it interesting hearing what you have to say. Especially about the snail.
The snail one is a good one. The balls one, just know my bad luck, and that would
Yeah.
not work out for me. But I always believe that 3 is my magic number.
Okay. And the snail is not going to find you before you... Like, are you going to move around quick enough?
That snail is slow, of course. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
be
but that
gone
snail
before
is
that
smart,
snail.
though. That snail could attach itself to a bird who flies across the Atlantic. You just got to remember, like, the
You
chances of
didn't
it
say
landing
that
on it.
the snail
No,
did
the snail
that.
is smart. That snail could do what it wants. If it doesn't catch the bird, though, then it can't get on the bird if it's not quick enough. Because that bird has to stay there long enough. But the thing is, that snail will work out this is the quickest way to do it. And if they get up on that stone and that bird lands on the stone and he just gets on the back of it before the bird flies away. I mean,
think it's
planes
gonna
move
be
quite
okay.
quick.
I think it's gonna be okay, and I can live with that snail. Don't see snails that often. So.
Oh, I mean, Stevie sorry, I'm just ripping off their whole podcast now. He said the same thing. Don't see snails very often, but I think you'd start seeing snails.
Yeah, you start seeing them everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like.
And would you run away from every snail after that point?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know. Do I know what that snail looks like?
No, you have no idea.
Do you have a mugshot?
No.
But the snail knows what I look like.
Yeah.
I think that's not very good.
No,
like,
the snail just knows.
I think it should be fair.
The snail doesn't have to know what you look like. The snail just knows you and knows where you are at all times. It just can only move at snail space.
It's okay. I'm just gonna run away from every snail then for the rest of my life. It's okay. I can live with that.
Do you like the questions? Could we do another like a little section on this?
If you want to, we can do that again.
All right. Well, I
Shall
think
we
we
wrap
should
this
be
bad
wrapping
boy
up
up now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should be because we've just sent people down a wild path of so much stuff.
Guys, think about if you would take the snail or not.
Yeah. If you're out there, Luxembourg, let us know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening, guys. If you would be super, super nice, you would give us a little review, follow us on Spotify. Would mean the world to us. We're just a baby girl podcast trying to live in a material world. And that would mean the most to us if you would support us a little bit. Also, if you want to text us, if you would take the snail or not, yeah, yourself potty on Instagram. Send us hate mail, love mail, whatever.
Yeah, we're also yaselfpoddy@gmail.com.
Oh, true. We have an email. You can send us an email if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never thought about
true.
this before. Maybe there's people out there. Maybe the people who are listening to us really just love email and they never thought about going on Instagram.
You can send us an email. That is okay.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.